Hi, welcome to Hailey's Cooking Show. Today we're gonna make sunset soup. And it has a little bit of butternut squash that we already cut and a bunch of vegetables too. Now I'm gonna put all the butternut squash into this bowl. Then we're gonna cut the onions so we have a little special chopper. And it's like you put the thing under it, and then you put the lid on top, and then you push it down, and it goes chop, 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 and it cuts all of it. So now, that's what we're gonna do right now. I get the chopper, put that right there. I'm gonna put this right here. Now we're gonna put this under there, and we're gonna start chopping. Keep it very still. I'm trying. I gotta make it into not too tiny, but tiny. Pretty tiny for a soup. Gotta get a little more cut. Now we're gonna put it in a special bowl because you have to put only the onions in that bowl because all the other vegetables, like we have more vegetables, so like the carrots and the celery and the squash and all that stuff are gonna be in this bowl, and then the other stuff are gonna be in that bowl. So now we're gonna keep cutting. Oh my gosh, I got some squash and butternut squash in that. So now we're gonna keep cutting. We're gonna keep cutting the other onion. Seems pretty hard. It's not, but it's pretty. So you just need to, like, if you got one of these, like if you have them, or if you don't, you can just use a knife and cut them. But these are really quickly to use. So I'm guessing that's perfect, isn't it? I think it is. So now we're gonna put the rest of the onions in there. Now I'm gonna start cutting the carrots. You gotta make sure to take the tops out because they are not good. So now we're gonna have to put all of them, some got away. Now we're gonna put all of them in the bowl with the butternut squash. So now we're gonna cut 2 pieces of celery, or if one's hiding under there. But we're gonna cut 2 pieces of celery. You might wanna cut at the top that you see, and then keep these pieces like out of the way because you're not supposed to use those. So now we're gonna cut these, but let me cut this real quick so that doesn't go. So now we're gonna start cutting these, and I think I should cut it at the same time so it'll go faster. After this, we're gonna start cutting the leek, I think. Is there a leek in the house? It's pretty weird that something's called leek and it's a vegetable, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. So I cut these in 2. So I'm not gonna use these because those I shouldn't use. So now we're gonna put those. Okay. So now we're gonna put the leek, I think it's called leek. So I'm gonna put these to the side so it doesn't get in our way. And then we're gonna start cutting the leek. Man, there's a lot of leek that I have to cut. So now I'm gonna squeeze with my left hand and get my right hand and just start cutting, because that's how you're supposed to cut a leek. So I think that's enough for cut. I think that's enough to cut. So now we're gonna put all of it in the bowl. And put all of it in the bowl, and once we're done putting it in the bowl, we're gonna go over there to the oven and start the stove. So now we're gonna put the olive oil. It's kind of slippery to open. Put the olive oil, and when you get the olive oil, be very careful, So now we're gonna pour the onions. You know the onions that we cut? Well, now we're gonna put all the onions, and look, do you hear that? You want it to do that. If it's not, you might want to turn it up higher because so now we're gonna have to put all the vegetables we cut up. We're gonna put all those. So now we're gonna keep put the lid on it and keep it there for 3 minutes. Once it's done, we're gonna do the rest of the stuff. So we're gonna keep it there for 3 minutes. So now we're gonna put the vegetable broth in. Oh, it smells so delicious. And you're supposed to put the whole thing, but be careful so it doesn't splat. See, it cools down and it doesn't go. That's a lot of vegetable broth. You're supposed to put a couple of bay leaves, but I'm gonna put 2 bay leaves, and you're supposed to drop them in there. Some people put bay leaves in their food, but some people don't, and this girl does. Okay, let's check. So now we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of, well, it's hard to pronounce, but just sprinkle it. And look, and this is what it looks like, okay? So now we're gonna turn it on high and bring it to a boil, and we're gonna start stirring it and wait until it boils. Because if it boils, that's pretty good. So now we're gonna leave it there. Now we're gonna turn it to low, and we're gonna have to put the lid on it so it can boil on top of the lid, not on us. And we're gonna keep it tight because it can't be loose. And then we're gonna let it spoil and stuff like that for 20 minutes. Now the soup is ready, so we're gonna have to blend it up and let the smoke go up first. And don't let the thing drip on you. Don't let like the juice drip on you. So now we're gonna put the salt and pepper. Don't put too much, just try not to. Once I'm available. Use easier. Now we're gonna put like 2 scoops of a little bit. Got those carrots. Now, keep that in the bowl. I'm gonna get some cheese. We're not gonna get too much. I'm gonna get some cheese and sprinkle it. Let's get some more. Get some cheese. And now I'm gonna take a big bite. So good. Just stir it. Let's take a big bite. So good. It's so good. See you next time on Hailey's Cooking Show. Bye.